Hello there. Do you ever get to the end of the month and wonder where all your money went? It can be a frustrating feeling. You work hard for your paycheck, you pay your bills. Then, suddenly, there is not much left. You are not alone in this. Many people feel this way. It is easy to lose track of spending in our busy lives. Small purchases here and there add up quickly. This can leave you feeling like you are running in place, never getting ahead with your financial goals. It is a common problem, but there is a simple solution that can bring peace of mind. Imagine having a clear map for your money, a guide that tells you exactly where your dollars should go. This is what the 50-30-20 budget rule offers. So, what is this rule? The 50-30-20 rule is a simple way to divide your after-tax income. It says you should put your money into 3 basic piles. The first pile, 50% of your income, should go toward your needs. The second pile, 30%, can be spent on your wants. The final pile, 20%, is for your savings. Paying off debt, that is the whole rule. It is a guideline, not a strict law. It gives your money a purpose. It helps you see where you can make changes to reach your goals. This structure is what makes it so powerful for so many people. It's straightforward and easy to remember. Let's talk about the biggest piece first, your needs. Needs are the expenses you absolutely must pay to live. These are your non-negotiable costs. Think about your rent payment. Think about your mortgage payment. Your utility bills are needs. Electricity, water, groceries for cooking meals at home are a need. Basic transportation to get to work. Health insurance, other essential insurance policies. These are the bills that keep a roof over your head and keep your life running smoothly. The goal is to keep these essential costs at or below half of your take-home pay. Next up are your wants, which get 30% of your income. Wants are all the things that make life more enjoyable, but are not essential for survival. This is the fun category. It includes things like going out to restaurants or ordering takeout. Your subscription to a streaming service is a want. Shopping for new clothes when your closet is already full is a want. Your hobbies, concert tickets, vacation travel also fit in here. Wants are not bad. They are an important part of a balanced life. This rule gives you permission to spend money on things you enjoy without the guilt. Finally, we have the 20% for savings and debt. This is the category that builds your future financial security. It has 2 important jobs. The first is saving money. This includes building an emergency fund for unexpected costs. It also means saving for big goals, like a down payment on a house, like retirement. The second job is paying off debt. This means making more than the minimum payment on things like credit card balances and personal loans. By putting a steady 20% here, you are actively paying down your past and investing in your future at the same time. Section 3. Making the numbers work. A practical example. Let's make this real with a simple example. Seeing the numbers can make the concept much clearer. Imagine your take-home pay each month is $3,000. This is the amount you have left after taxes and other deductions. Using the 50-30-20 rule, we can easily figure out your budget. Multiply your income by the percentages. Quick math gives you clear spending targets. It turns one big number into 3 manageable chunks. First, we calculate your needs. $3,000 x 50%. Read on $2,500. This is your essentials budget for the month. Rent or mortgage, utility bills, groceries, car payment, insurance premiums. If your needs exceed $2,500, cut core costs. Cheaper cell phone plan. Lower your electricity bill. Next, your wants. $3,000 x 30%. SAR $900. Your monthly fun budget. Dining out with friends. Buying a new video game. Going to the movies. Getting a gym membership. Setting this amount prevents overspending and lets you enjoy purchases. Finally, savings and debt repayment. $3,000 x 20%, $600. This improves your financial health. Put $300 into emergency savings, pay $300 extra on a high-interest credit card, or save the full $600 toward a house down payment. Consistent automatic allocation builds wealth over time. The first step is always the most important, and it is all about understanding where you are right now. So, for the first step, you will need to become a bit of a detective and track all of your spending for one full month. Write everything down, from your morning coffee to your monthly rent payment. Step 2 is to sort your expenses. Go through each item one by one and assign it to one of the 3 categories. Needs, wants, savings, and debt. Be honest with yourself during this process. A restaurant meal is a want, even if you are very hungry. Your basic internet for work might be a need, but the premium high-speed gaming package is a want. This step gives you a clear picture of your actual spending habits. Step 3 is to adjust your spending. Now compare your actual spending percentages to the 50, 30, 20. Are you spending 70% on needs? Maybe your wants are closer to 40%. Do not worry if your numbers are off at first. Most people's are. The goal now is to find areas where you can make changes. Look at your wants category first, as it is usually the easiest place to cut back. Could you cancel a subscription you do not use? Can you eat out one less time per week? Small adjustments can make a big difference in freeing up money to move toward your savings goals. The final and most powerful step is to automate. The easiest way to stick to a savings plan is to make it happen automatically. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account for every payday. Schedule your extra debt payments to go out right after you get paid. When the money for savings and debt is moved, before you even have a chance to spend it, you are far more likely to succeed. This pay-yourself-first strategy is a cornerstone of building wealth. It makes saving a habit, not an afterthought. Once you have your 50, 30, 20 budget set up, the journey is not over. Life is always changing. Your budget should be flexible enough to change with it. A great habit is reviewing your budget every 3 months. You might have gotten a raise, which means you can increase the dollar amounts in each category, or perhaps a new expense like childcare has come up. You'd need to adjust your spending to accommodate it. In these cases, you can temporarily reverse the rule. You would flip your wants and savings percentages, aim to put 30% towards savings and debt, while limiting your wants to just 20% of your income. This can supercharge your progress for a short period. It's also important not to stress about perfection. Life is messy, and your budget will be too sometimes. 1 month, a big car repair might push your needs over 50%. Another month, you might overspend on wants during a vacation. That is okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Enjoyed this? Subscribe to Money Talks for more. Like the video and share it.